And Kainani Stevens here with Bucky Brooks. A long night in Buffalo here as the Jags get blown out on Monday Night Football. The defense couldn't stop anybody. The offense couldn't get going. Head coach Doug Peterson talking after to you, Bucky, saying there's not a single coach, there's not a single player that did good enough tonight. Where do you go from here?
Yeah, no, this is a tough one because when you get embarrassed the way the Jaguars are embarrassed on Monday Night Football, national audience watching, I mean, it's kind of the bottom. And so what you hope is you appeal to the players that at some point, guys, it's on the players. Like as much as we talk about it being coaches and schemes and those things, it's a player's game. And your best players have to kind of lead the turnaround. And so your Trevor Lawrences, your Josh Hines Allen, and some of those other guys that we deem to be our best players, they're going to have to perform better. And they're going to have to take the rest of the team with them. And, you know, Doug can stand in front of the team and kind of scream and yell and all that. But at the end of the day, it's about performance. And so the players got to play.
Bucky, you played. How hard is it as a player to kind of shake something like this when it's on a stage like this as well?
I mean, as a player, like normally you're resilient enough to be able to move past it. But look, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing not only individually, but as a collective, the team. The team is embarrassed to put a performance on this where Buffalo went up and down the field, dominated in all three phases of the game. Look, it's embarrassing. And when you look at the tape, you can be embarrassed by the performance. And so what you hope is it inspires you to play better. But after 3 straight games where we've had the same kind of conversation, like, hey, we got to get it together, we have to do it. Look, at some point, the words ring hollow, and your actions have to kind of speak louder.
Heading to Houston next week, it's a division game. You kind of have to try to get up for something like that where you know this game counts more when you're trying to get your first win of the season. Yeah,
so the good thing is the division hasn't run away. All right, so you talk about where the Houston Texans are sitting at 2-1, the Colts are 1-2, and then the Titans and the Jags are 0-3. You win a game, it kind of puts you right back in the mix. And the one thing that we know, if you take care of the division, it guarantees you a ticket to the postseason. And so if you're the Jaguars, you just focus on the division race. You focus on trying to get better each and every week and putting yourself in a position to win the division. Then you worry about the rest of the stuff later. But right now the division is still there. Your goals are still there for the taking. But it starts with one. You got to get one game. And the only way you can get one game is you got to start a quarter at a time.
All right, we'll see you guys next week in Houston.